Hi, it's Katie,
And this is Carol.
and it's your monthly Hot Flash, which is a women's leadership video training.
Absolutely. And we are coming to you from
The Mandalay Bay
Right.
in Las Vegas, Nevada, where we're at the annual convention for the International Spa Association.
This is so fabulous. One of our favorite products here. Moroccan
oil.
treatment. And they're right behind us. They've got a big
So in
booth right over here.
the merchandising portion of our video tonight,
Yes.
and I'm laughing because there's like ooh ah music going on in the background. So if we get interrupted by something woo woo, you'll just know that that's what the deal is.
There's actually a person getting a massage right over here. That's how cool this is.
We should
Yeah.
flip the camera around and show
yeah.
people what this place looks like.
Okay, so what are we going to talk about, Katie? We're going to talk about the 5 tenets of women's leadership.
Carol and I defined recently what we believed based on our past experience with women like you. What are the pillars of how women need to be leaders? What we need to remember?
Right.
And we defined from that question, we defined 5 tenets. Those 5 tenets we want to bring to you today.
Yes. So the first one is don't bury your instincts. You know, women are so blessed with the fact that we are instinctual beings and that we've kept that part of ourselves for the millennia. And we need to embrace that and remember to not bury your instincts because they're usually right and more often helpful to you.
If you're in a male-dominated workplace or if you're in a male-based industry, it's very tempting to
Bury that?
yeah, I mean, that's really why we wrote this, is for those women that you know who you are, where you feel like you're not being true to yourself, you're not being natural, because it's not the way we do things around here. Male-based workplaces, definitely, but also sometimes it's not just because it's male-based, maybe it's because people just do things differently.
Well, and one thing is that if you are in a male-dominated workplace, you really don't want to say, oh, well, I feel like this is the right thing to do.
Exactly.
It has some basis for what you're saying, but also, if you feel it, know it to be true.
Well, and bring it out enough in a way where you're relating to the
That
rest
too,
of,
sure.
of the workplace.
Sure.
Secondly, kind of along those lines, define
Yes.
what leadership looks like for you. I am awed, not in a good way,
Oh,
by how many different leadership techniques there are out there. Maybe it's good
Sure.
because then you can pick up with anyone. But, you know, I tell the story often about how I was coaching a guy and he was in the middle of reading Good to Great and he was all hot on it. And
this
the
is what I'm going to do.
yeah, all
Take this back to my office.
exactly,
Yeah.
and get the right people on the bus. And the next time I called him to have a follow-up session, I thought maybe we'd be continuing with that leadership
Right.
characteristic. And he was like, oh, God, that was like the old book I was reading. I'm on to a new one. There's lots of leadership techniques that are out there. There's lots of models that work great. What is it that works for you? There is no
Right.
best one. There is a great one for you. There might be several that work for you.
Figure out what it is that works for you. Embrace it and use it.
You know, if your best friend isn't doing it, doesn't mean it's wrong. It might just be different for you.
That's right. Okay, now
Our third
number
one.
3, support women. That's it. Period. Just do it.
Period.
Don't
So,
hold back on this.
Madeleine Albright, do you want
Yes.
to tell her
No,
quote?
you go ahead.
Madeleine Albright recently was heard saying, "There's a special place in hell for women that do not support other women."
And it was a TED Talk, so if you are into TED and TED Talks, please look it up. And it's a great interview with Madeleine Albright. And really, there is a special place in hell for women who don't support women. It's difficult. There's a competitive nature about being in a workplace with another woman, but it doesn't have to be nasty. I mean, and I got to say, Katie does this so well. She supports women. She's you know, the Women's Suffrage League. What is the league you're in?
I am Junior League.
Junior League.
I like that. That's kind of funny though. We're going to get the vote sooner or later.
That's right. So no, but so just do it.
Well, here's something that I really want women to think
Okay,
about, because
go.
I talk about suffrage. I suffer from this too. When Even with me, and I feel like I'm a pretty confident person, but sometimes, I falter, and I sit next to somebody that's got a kick-ass outfit on, and she's saying all the right things. I get a little bit jealous, and I have to draw back to my own head and say, am I feeling something a little mean towards her? And where's that coming from? And is it a natural instinct, or is it why do I feel that way? There's nature does that to us. It makes it kind of competitive. And actually, maybe I was just jealous because she had prettier shoes than me. That doesn't mean I hate her. That doesn't mean I try to sabotage her. But that happens all the time in the workplace. And ladies, I want you to think about those negative emotions when they crop up.
Right. Are they real?
Is it real? And
can you think about that other person in a different way that would make you feel better about being friends with her, about just uplifting her?
Yeah. So supporting other women, I love that concept, and I just want to make sure that everyone has it in front of them as a reminder pretty regularly. That's number 3. Number 4. Give your followers the environment to grow, to develop, to build those sort of leadership skills, or just to become a better employee.
Now, by followers, you mean employees, you mean people who may report to you, or
for those of you that have direct reports, have employees reporting to you, that definitely. But almost all of us, in fact, I would guess that if you're on Skirt Strategies, you have some level of influence, whether it means that you write their annual review or not. So we live in worlds where we've got influence and we've got authority to a certain degree, but we definitely have some sort of impact on others, and we can influence them. What is it that you're doing to give those followers, for those that definitely do work for you and you can't control their environment, make sure that they have the opportunity for continuing education? Do they have a mentoring network? Do they have an outlet where they can talk about their challenges, maybe if it's in a male-based work environment? That's what we mean.
Okay, and then the last one is watch your balance.
Don't fall off your chair.
So we find ourselves very unbalanced in these days and times. There's so much to do. There's so many things to get done in a day, and we're not managing it all. So work-life balance. Yes.
I would also say it's gender balance in your workplace.
If you have anything to do with that, and you have the possibility of having more gender balance, put that into your workplace.
Make it so. Make it so. There's the whole balance around, are you a task person or a people person? Do you see your workplace as one where you give people the chance to grow, or the people, I don't know. Do you tell them what to do, or do you help them make a decision more quickly?
And here's the thing, is if you're watching your balance, you're better able to help them with theirs.
Sure.
It's the same thing in your family. If your family is if you're giving all of your attention to your family and not any to yourself, you're out of balance.
Right.
And you're not in balance, and it's important to watch your balance.
There's an aspect of putting yourself first that's important.
There is.
We feel bad doing that because we think that, I should
Because
have
we're
some guilt
women.
over that.
That's right.
But if mom ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And so manage that. So that's the 5 tenets of women's leadership. If the world were just resonating around this, and being at a spa convention every week.
Earlier.
I'm hearing like African music and ohms and people being rubbed down and whatever that sounds like. I'm going to leave it at that. So at Skirt Strategies, you're always welcome to join our monthly membership, which is only $8 a month. And for that, you get a free... It's not free. It's $8. You get
it feels free.
It practically is. A weekly assignment. We send it straight to your inbox on Sunday night, and it's for your Monday refreshment. We call it the Monday Morning Detox. A small little assignment and a podcast that has to do with whatever the monthly topic is. And of course, this month being around the 5 tenets of women's leadership, we're digging it. Thanks for following us.
Take care.